Did you know that right now, as you're watching this video, you're outnumbered? Not by people around you, but by the trillions of tiny organisms living inside your gut. In fact, you have more microbial cells in your body than human cells. Welcome to the fascinating world of your gut microbiome, a hidden universe that's quietly controlling more of your health than you ever imagined. The Healthy Dividend. Wellness tips for a richer, healthier life. Think of your gut as a bustling metropolis, home to trillions of microscopic residents such as bacteria, viruses, fungi, and other microorganisms. Together, they form your gut microbiome, and they're not just hitchhiking along for the ride. These tiny tenants are working around the clock, performing jobs your body simply can't do alone. Here's the mind-blowing part. These microbes carry over 150 times more genes than your own genome. They're like a metabolic and immunological organ you never knew you had. And just like a fingerprint, your microbiome is uniquely yours, shaped by how you were born, what you eat, where you live, and how you live your life. Yes, I know you may be thinking, trillions of microorganisms living inside me, and they work for me? How is that even possible? Well, let me tell you, it is possible. Research in the gut microbiome has boomed over the last 2 decades, revealing its crucial role in human health and disease. This rapidly expanding field has shown that the microorganisms living in our digestive tract influence a wide range of bodily functions, from digestion and nutrient absorption to immune system regulation and even mental health. Your relationship with your microbiome began the moment you were born. If you were born vaginally, you received your first microbial gift from your mother, beneficial bacteria like lactobacillus. C-section babies? They start with a different crew, mainly skin bacteria. It's your first lottery ticket in life, and it matters. Then comes breastfeeding, which not only provides nutrition, but also delivers special sugars that feed beneficial bacteria like bifidobacterium, essentially fertilizing your infant gut garden. By age 3, your microbiome settles into an adult-like pattern, but it never stops evolving. Every meal, every medication, every stressful day subtly reshapes this inner ecosystem. So what exactly are these microbes doing for you? Let's break down their superpowers. First, they're master chefs. Your gut bacteria break down complex fibers and carbohydrates that your body can't digest on its own. Through fermentation, they create powerful compounds called short-chain fatty acids, especially butyrate, acetate, and propionate. These aren't just waste products, they're health gold. They fuel your gut cells, seal your gut barrier, regulate your appetite, and even influence your blood sugar and cholesterol levels. They're your personal vitamin factory. Your microbes synthesize essential vitamins like B1, B9, B12, and vitamin K. They also help you absorb minerals like calcium, magnesium, and iron. They're elite bodyguards. Your gut houses about 80% of your immune system, and your microbiome is its drill sergeant. It trains your immune cells to recognize friends from foes, produces antimicrobial compounds, and maintains a fortress-like gut barrier that keeps toxins and pathogens out of your bloodstream. They're your mood managers. Here's where it gets really wild. Your gut produces about 90 to 95% of your body's serotonin. Yes, that happiness chemical. Your gut bacteria influence this production and communicate directly with your brain through the vagus nerve, affecting your mood, stress levels, and even cognition. Scientists call this the gut-brain axis, and it's revolutionizing how we think about mental health. But what happens when this delicate ecosystem falls out of balance? Enter dysbiosis, a fancy term for when your gut microbiome goes haywire. This could mean losing beneficial bacteria, gaining too many harmful ones, or just losing overall diversity. The consequences? They're surprisingly far-reaching. Dysbiosis has been linked to obesity, diabetes, heart disease, inflammatory bowel disease, irritable bowel syndrome, depression, anxiety, autoimmune conditions, and even neurodegenerative diseases like Parkinson's and Alzheimer's. Now let's talk about the obesity connection specifically. Research shows that obese individuals often have a distinct microbial signature, which means a higher ratio of Firmicutes to Bacteroidetes bacteria, and reduced overall diversity. These changes actually increase the gut's ability to extract calories from food, meaning your microbiome can literally influence how much energy you harvest from the same meal. Even more concerning, dysbiosis can trigger what scientists call metabolic endotoxemia, where bacterial toxins leak into your bloodstream, causing chronic low-grade inflammation that drives insulin resistance and weight gain. Your microbiome also produces a compound called TMAO, trimethylamine N-oxide, especially when you eat a lot of red meat and eggs. High TMAO levels are strongly associated with atherosclerosis and cardiovascular events. It's a perfect example of how your diet, your microbes, and your disease risk form an interconnected triangle. Think of your gut barrier like a security system. When it's healthy, it lets nutrients through while keeping toxins and pathogens out. But dysbiosis weakens this barrier, creating what scientists call leaky gut, where unwanted substances slip into your bloodstream, triggering inflammation throughout your body. This chronic inflammation is increasingly recognized as a root cause of countless modern diseases. So, what disrupts this delicate balance? The usual suspects include antibiotics, which are sometimes necessary but can devastate your microbial community like a forest fire. Other medications like proton pump inhibitors and NSAIDs also take their toll. Your diet is perhaps the most powerful player. The modern Western diet, high in processed foods, sugar, and saturated fats, but low in fiber, is like junk food for your microbes. It starves the good bacteria and feeds the troublemakers. Chronic stress, poor sleep, environmental toxins, alcohol, and tobacco all join the party of destruction. Even aging naturally reduces microbial diversity, making older adults more vulnerable to dysbiosis. Here's the good news. You have tremendous power to shape your microbiome through your fork. Think of food as information that instructs your microbes on how to behave. Your gut contains dominant bacterial families, primarily Firmicutes and Bacteroidetes, along with Actinobacteria, Proteobacteria, and others. Within these families live superstar species that deserve your attention. Faecalibacterium prausnitzii and Roseburia are champion butyrate producers. These bacteria are often depleted in people with inflammatory bowel disease and other chronic conditions. Akkermansia muciniphila is another rising star, living in your mucus layer and supporting gut barrier integrity. When these beneficial species thrive, you thrive. The heroes. Plant-based, fiber-rich foods are your microbiome's best friends. Whole grains, fruits, vegetables, legumes, nuts, and seeds provide diverse fibers that beneficial bacteria feast on. Foods rich in prebiotics like garlic, onions, leeks, asparagus, bananas, oats, and chicory root are especially powerful, selectively feeding your good bacteria. Fermented foods are like probiotic delivery systems. Yogurt, kefir, sauerkraut, kimchi, miso, tempeh, and kombucha introduce beneficial live bacteria directly into your gut, while enhancing diversity and reducing inflammation. These foods contain strains like Lactobacillus and Bifidobacterium that compete with pathogens, produce antimicrobial compounds, and support your immune system. Polyphenol-rich foods like berries, green tea, dark chocolate, and coffee are metabolized by your gut bacteria into health-promoting compounds. Healthy fats matter too. Extra virgin olive oil and omega-3 rich fatty fish support microbial balance and reduce inflammation, unlike saturated fats, which promote harmful species. Ultra-processed foods are microbiome wreckers. High sugar, saturated fats, artificial sweeteners, and emulsifiers reduce diversity, increase gut permeability, and promote inflammatory species. This is why you should minimize consumption of ultra-processed foods and never rely on them for your daily nutrition. Excessive red meat, chronic alcohol use, and food additives compound the damage. Supporting your microbiome isn't just about what you eat. Regular exercise increases microbial diversity and boosts beneficial short-chain fatty acids-producing bacteria. Even moderate activity makes a difference. Sleep matters more than you'd think. Your microbiome has its own circadian rhythm, and disrupted sleep throws it off balance, reducing diversity and promoting dysbiosis. Managing stress is crucial. Chronic stress activates hormonal cascades that alter gut function, weaken the barrier, and shift microbial composition toward inflammation. When diet and lifestyle aren't enough, targeted interventions can help. Probiotics, or live beneficial bacteria, can restore balance, especially after antibiotic use, or for conditions like irritable bowel syndrome, IBS. But not all probiotics are created equal. Efficacy is strain-specific. Prebiotics, or food for bacteria, can be taken as supplements to selectively boost beneficial bacteria. Synbiotics combine both probiotics and prebiotics for enhanced effects. The most dramatic intervention is fecal microbiota transplantation, FMT, where stool from a healthy donor is transferred to restore microbial diversity. It's proven remarkably effective for recurrent Clostridioides difficile infections. This means bacterial infections that keep coming back after treatment. It is also being studied for metabolic, immune, and neuropsychiatric conditions. So, what can you do today? Here's your microbiome-friendly action plan. Do. Eat a rainbow of plant foods daily. This means that you should try to include a variety of colorful fruits and vegetables in your diet every day. Each color in fruits and vegetables represents different nutrients and beneficial compounds that support your gut health in unique ways. Include fermented foods regularly. Choose whole grains over refined. Snack on nuts, seeds, and fruits. Stay hydrated. Move your body consistently. Prioritize 7 to 9 hours of quality sleep. Practice stress management. Consult your physician or health provider for specific matters related to your gut. Don't rely on ultra-processed convenience foods. Overdo sugar, saturated fats, or alcohol. Use antibiotics unless medically necessary. Chronically use acid-blocking medications without medical supervision. Let stress and poor sleep become your norm. Your gut microbiome is one of the most exciting frontiers in modern science, revealing connections between your digestive system and virtually every aspect of your health, from your weight and energy levels to your mood and disease risk. The beautiful thing, you're not a passive bystander. Every day, with every meal and lifestyle choice, you're either nurturing or neglecting this inner ecosystem. The power to cultivate a thriving gut microbiome is literally in your hands and on your plate. Start small. Add 1 fermented food this week. Swap refined grains for whole grains. Take a walk after dinner. Your trillions of microbial partners are ready to reward you with better health, clearer thinking, and improved well-being. Remember, you're not just feeding yourself, you're feeding an entire universe inside you. Treat it well, and it will take care of you for life. If you enjoyed this content, please like the video and subscribe to the channel for more updates.